Stelios. There we go. I have to say
Thank
it.
you.
I have to say it with energy. Stelios. Okay, I got it. Thank you, sir.
And just one thing, guys, when you finished your screen share, if you don't mind stopping the screen share, because then I can get your handsome and beautiful faces on the screen and it'll be a little bit more interactive. Thank you.
Okay, let me see if I can share multiple windows. Let me try. So do you see all of the 3 windows of mine? Wait. Just wait a little bit.
We see your PowerPoint, Stelios.
All right. Now, okay. So this is my presentation, and after I will explain the Excel sheet I've made for the nutritional plan. So we have a friend of mine. Her name is Danai. Some of her information regarding weight, height, etc. Just to find the total calories needed. Some additional information on the right side. She's doing as a main sport pole dancing, and her basic goal is to build muscle mass in order to perform better on the competition in August. So we have 2-hour pole dancing practice every day for 5 times per week, as you see, plus 2-hour resistance training 3 times per week with a full body routine. 3-hour daily classes as a student, and leisure time at home, mostly sitting. She doesn't go out so often. So now, next slide, energy needs. As everyone, I use the Harris-Benedict formula, but the revised version, if makes any difference for the result. So I consider here a moderate, to have a moderate activity factor, and as these formulas are basically estimations of total daily energy needs, we would start to try how things going, and after that maybe increase or decrease the calories. So regarding energy composition, macronutrients, carbohydrates, and fats, according to the ISSN guideline, 1.4 to 2 grams. I used a little bit higher for her, as there is a benefit of body composition even with higher intakes with protein. 8 to 10 grams of carbs, so basically around 60%, depending on the season, off season or in season, and the goal. And the fats no less than 20%, 20 to 30%. So yes, that's all for energy composition. You can see a practical solution for someone who hasn't been in any diet plan before. So basically choose the meals, 4 meals for her, and basically divide the total energy needs into 4 meals, which equates to 30 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of fats. Now, when it comes to nutritional plan periodization, you see that the competition is on August, indicated with a green line. So we have from October, from the previous October till this year, April, we have the off season, which the goal is to build muscle mass. We have a high volume resistance training, low volume pole dancing training, and we have also a slight surplus regarding the energy needs. So after that, from May till July, we will have the in-season, which the goal is to losing fat with a slight deficit, 250 to 5 grams, depending on the level of fat, the starting level of fat. And there we have a low volume of resistance training, higher volume of pole dancing training, And after that, we have competition and rest. Which in competition, we have a deload phase, as we call it, with low volume resistance training and pole dancing training as well. And the energy needs will come to energy balance, basically. No surplus, no deficit. All right, so now the supplements I would use is whey protein, just to meet total energy needs. Divided into frequent servings. Creatine monohydrate, caffeine anhydrous, citrulline, and beta-alanine. Now, regarding citrulline and beta-alanine, I don't know if it's any useful for pole dancing training, because I consider this to be based basically on the phosphagen system, not in glycolysis. So very short but high intensity movements, and I think citrulline and beta-alanine would do not much for this sport, but I would use definitely for resistance training, to optimize adaptations for resistance training and build muscle mass. For each of these supplements, I write what I think and what I remember from the literature to be the ergogenic aid. As you see, for citrulline and beta-alanine, increased lactic acid clearance and aerobic capacity, overall training volume, and muscle mass in the long term. About caffeine anhydrous, enhanced power output, decreased perception of pain, especially during the resistance training, optimized muscle coordination for pole dancing, increased glycogen replenishment, and increased overall training volume and muscle mass in the long term as citrulline and beta-alanine. Same with creatine monohydrate, increased anaerobic capacity, power output, and general training volume. So the last slide is the bibliography. This citation I used, and now I will try to explain shortly the nutritional plan. So we have two nutritional plans. I created, I have just a little bit. So this is the nutritional plan for weight loss. I created an Excel sheet, which basically have the formula here of Harris Benedict. You can just put the information of the client, and you get basal metabolic rate and daily energy expenditure. So we have here the total sum of macronutrients and vitamins and minerals, just to have an estimate of vitamins and minerals as well. And what we have basically here, we have a food database of carbohydrate sources, protein sources.
Stelios, 8 minutes.
Yes.
Just to let you know, we're on 8 minutes at the moment. Thank you.
Yes. And
you could try to wrap up shortly. Thank you.
Really sorry. Yeah. And we basically have some pre-workout and post-workout meal choices, both for weight loss and for weight gain phases, off-season and in-season. So I will upload everything. You can just read everything in detail. I don't want to take your time. All right? That's all from me.
Thank you, Stelios.
Yeah, thank you, Stelios. I really like the spreadsheet. It's something that I would encourage a lot of people
Dr.
to use
Roger,
because it gives you.
Sorry,
yes.
I was just going to say, Stelios, did you mind stopping your screen share so that I can get your handsome face on the screen? Also, Dr. Rogers at the same time. Thank you, mate.
Yes.
And then I'll Dr. Rogers' face, and then you're both on the screen. Everyone can see you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Stelios, I like it, and I like the spreadsheet most of all because that gives you flexibility to use with different clients in the future. It's something I encourage a lot of people to develop. Now, there's a lot of tools out there that you can plug in things in, but if you know how to use Excel, you can really customize your approach. And the more customized you make it, the more attention you're showing to your clients, and they're going to really like that. So I like the way that you broke all that down. A couple of comments on the supplementation strategy. I think you're probably right with the citrulline. Probably not going to help her. We see citrulline being a little more beneficial for those longer, more aerobic endurance type activities. However, I think the beta alanine is probably going to help, because you think about the duration of that sport. You know, she's doing a performance for under 4 minutes at a time. So that's going to benefit her. Now, what you have to keep in mind with the beta alanine is that you've got to start dosing it ahead of time. Okay, it's not like creatine, and it's not like caffeine that you can just dose as needed. Beta alanine requires a little bit of a ramp up period of a few weeks to get those levels up there. So I do think that's probably a supplement that would help her sport. But all in all, good job showing the year-long training and how she's going to do the periodization, cutting back as competition gets there. Very good presentation. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Next up is Ankit.
Ankit from India. Thank you.
Dr. Roger. Can everybody see?
We can see, yes.
So hi. First of all, I'm like a little nervous because I'm presenting in, in front of so much experience and senior people. So the athlete profile, I've chosen Duti Chand. She is India's fastest sprinter, and she has got 2 Asian Games medals. And this is her athlete profile. She's her height is 150 centimeters and her weight is 50 kg, and she's around 18% of body fat. Using the Harris-Benedict equation, her BMR that I calculated came 1146.5 calories, and the calories needed as per her daily activity, physical activity, is 1.9 to 2. So I chose on the higher side, that is 2. And she's into 100-meter and 200-meter sprint. She trains 6 days per week and trains 2 times per day. And the training duration each time is 3 hours. She has 2 goals. The first is increase muscle mass, and second is decrease the drive, that is time. The drive is the you can say a dead still position when a sprinter goes into the sprint. So she wants to decrease that drive time, faster. She wants to make it faster. So time frame we have taken is 6 months, and so her training is like she wakes up at 5 a.m., trains in 2-3 shifts from 6 to 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., and then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Her training regime includes running 7 to 12 kilometers daily, yoga, and weight training. So, and she likes non-oily, less fat-containing foods, takes her breakfast at 10 a.m., lunch at noon, and dinner at 8. And she likes fresh cooked foods also. So let's look at the macros that I've calculated for her. BMR is 1146.5 calories, and using the Harris-Benedict formula for women. And the calorie requirement is 2293 calories. Protein, I've calculated 90 grams, that is 360 calories. 1.8, taking 1.8 grams into her body weight, that is 50 kilograms. And carbohydrates is 400 grams, that is 1600 calories. And I took 8 grams per kg of her body weight. And fat, I took like 14.5% of total calories, that is that came around 37 grams, that is 333 calories. I also learned from the position stance and the book itself that muscle fiber type distribution among athletes, specifically for female sprinters, is approximately 73% for type 2 muscle fibers, And I studied ISSN position stands for caffeine and exercise performance as well, and the general research review on whey soy supplements for resistance training. Also hydration for during the exercise. It's very important, and we should also avoid hypohydration as well. The performance enhancement strategies that I plan to use are creatine, beta-alanine, and bicarbonate. And I try to use the supplements that are from group A, that is the green zone, because they are the most researched supplements. And if I'm training an athlete at her level, I should use the supplement that have, I should recommend the supplement that have the most researched things, and as per the ISSN also. Yes. So in the later on slides, I defined why I use creatine supplement, why I use beta-alanine supplements, and why I use this bicarbonate supplements, right? So creatine, as we know, creatine is stored in muscles and used for high intensity exercises, especially sprinting and powerlifting. Also, as per the ISSN position stance, creatine is highly effective, and we don't need to, we don't need to load creatine now as per the latest studies in higher dosages. Then we'll use beta-alanine, that is as per the ISSN position stand 4 to 6 gram daily, has great effects. And we'll use bicarbonate supplement, because if we supplement her with sodium bicarbonate from 0.2 to 0.5 gram per kg, that will improve in the muscle endurance activities and other sports also. It has shown good results like boxing, judo, combat sports. Supplement doses that I have calculated are: creatine will use 0.3 gram per kg per day. For Duty, it's 15 gram. So 5 gram with 5 gram of glucose in the morning session, post session, and keep shifting. Post session and before session. Then beta-alanine I've used like for Duty, it's 4.8 gram per day, that I'll divide it into three parts, that is 1.6 gram before all the 3 training sessions. Then bicarbonate, as per the ISSN, I have taken 0.2 gram per kg per day, that is 60 to 180 minutes before training, so that her gut is fine. And for Duty, it's 10 gram per day, and will take 60 minutes before training. And during the training, that as I said, hydration is important. I'll provide 6% isotonic sports drink, because it has the same osmolarity as the body's fluids. So I'll take the 6% isotonic sports drink, or she can make it on her own also using the mentioned guidelines. And I have made a meal plan also for her that can share. Like in the breakfast, I'll use porridge, 75 gram oats, and some ground linseed and skimmed milk, 2 slices of granary bread, toast, olive oil bread spread, because these are we can make fresh, and she likes to eat fresh fruit. 1-2 boiled scrambled eggs, fresh fruit juice, tea and coffee. Mid-morning, like brown basmati rice, sweet corn, peas, and tuna. Small handful mixed nuts and seeds, and a green tea will go along. And like this, I have prepared a mid-afternoon snacks, and this is the pre-training snacks that we can use. So that's fine, because we are short of time, so I've kept it short.
Okay, thank you, Ankit. You're right on time. So just going close to 8 minutes. Thank you, mate.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Ankit. Really good presentation. I like the way you structured it. It's very simple to follow. A couple of things to check on. When you do bicarbonate supplementation, and I think your supplements were good. I think that's a good strategy that you had. When you do recommend the bicarbonate, you really want to test that out a lot in pre-training and ahead of time, because it can be very difficult on the stomach. It can be very difficult to digest, especially at larger dosages. So you may have to go smaller dosages instead of having it all once before the competition. You may want to split it into smaller dosages and spread it out over a few hours, because again, it can be very disruptive to the gastrointestinal system. So you want to make sure you practice with that a lot. And then I would go smaller doses and just spread out. One comment with your pre-training snack, like in the afternoon, you mentioned nuts and seeds and dried fruit. What you have to be careful with the nuts and seeds is they're very complex. They take a long time to clear the stomach. So we don't want a lot of residue in her system if she's going to train. Now, if she has an hour or so, hour and a half, then okay.
Afternoon, she takes her yoga sessions. She just does the yoga thing, stretching and everything. So
okay, then that's probably okay. Yeah, as long as she's not doing sprints and running and things like that, then that kind of that's okay. So that's why I wanted to have a clarification. But to keep in mind, anytime you do have an athlete like her, and she's going to do the running, you want to keep it really simple beforehand. Even though you want to say, okay, we need calories, those calories from a complex structure like seeds and nuts aren't going to be available. So we want quick calories. So all in all, I think you did a very good job, and I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us. Good job.
Thank you.